Where did you plant flowers?
I used to work at a place called Acacia Park Cemetery in Birmingham, Michigan, and I planted the flower beds. And it was really, really fun. I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go hang out with the chipmunks and the rabbits and make sure I was pruning all the flowers and having a good time. I felt like Snow White, you know what I mean?
I love that. If you're working in the face of mortality,
right,
does it make you think about life?
It does. It gives me some perspective that you want to, because when you're doing something like that, you kind of think to yourself, so what did these people get the dreams that they wanted in their lives? Did they achieve the things they wanted in their lives? And it makes me think of things like when I first met Elle, we were having a conversation.
His wife.
That's my wife, Elle, yes. We were having a conversation about what was going to happen after Key and Peele. And I remember her, she asked me a question I had never heard before in my life, which was, if there were stories that you didn't make up, if there were stories that you made up about yourself about why you couldn't do something, if those stories weren't there, what would you do? What would I want to accomplish if I was not getting in my own way?
I know.
What would you accomplish if you weren't telling yourself stories about why you couldn't do something? What could you accomplish?
I mean, that moves me so much. Look, I see these two women up there. This is what just happened. They looked at each other and they go, I'm not kidding. It was the best thing ever. Thank you so much.
You guys are accomplishing something in your lives right now. Look at that. I feel like they started a business together.
May I ask what your names are?
I'm Alexa. Savannah.
Why did you guys just look at each other and do the I know nod?
I have a severe fear of flying, so it was tough. It was so tough flying here because I was like holding her hand, grasping it for dear life. So when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to travel. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to California even.
See? Look at that.
And I was like, I looked at her and I was like, Savannah, oh my gosh, I could fly to Europe if I got out of my own head.
And Alexa, where did you fly from to get here?
Atlanta.
From Atlanta?
Yes.
And you did it?
I did it. It was rough, but I did it.
If you will get on the flight, I'm going to get you 2 tickets to Europe, but you got to go. Can you do it?
Yes. I can do it.
You do it? Look at you. Look at you.
Okay, speaking of like, I can do anything, amazing, imaginative world, Super Mario Brothers, I can't remember a time of life without it.
Yeah, no, I know. It is really part of the fabric of this society. It really is, that game. And I go way back to the OG, to the DK OG. I was a Donkey Kong guy. So I love Donkey Kong, which is our, that original debut of Mario. And I love how imaginative the game is. Because, why does a mushroom make you grow bigger? Why does hitting a thing make coins come out?
Because...
And who cares? You know what I mean? Okay.
Lewis Carroll from Alice in Wonderland was like, eat me, small, big. So I love that Super Mario Brothers is something that transcends everything, and global, too.
And global, right, yeah. Intergenerational.
Okay, there's also Schmigadoon, and your character does not like singing. And is it true, that you sang impromptu? I think this is another Elle moment.
This was an Elle moment,
You told me once when I was with you and Elle, and I think we were actually on a phone call on speaker at this point. Mm-hmm. You were singing somewhere you weren't supposed to sing, doors opened. Elle, what happened?
Well, the big thing was that I sang to my wife at our wedding. And during that time, Elle was saying to me, you enjoy singing so much. Maybe you should sing more. And then after she said that, I was like, yeah, you're right. And she was so encouraging in this endeavor of me singing more. And now the last few projects I've done, I'm singing in them. I sang in The Prom with Meryl Streep.
And you?
Yeah, exactly. I sing to Meryl Streep. And this is because my wife said, why don't you sing a little bit more, So I get to sing to Meryl Streep.
If this doesn't accomplish drop the narrative and go forward with your dreams, you two could be singing with Meryl Streep. I mean,
it's funny.
And that's not the, yeah?
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, because it made me think about Alexa and Savannah. It made me think about the fact. So when you're in Europe, think about my wife. Because she was the one that told me this.
It's true.
Wherever
and
you go,
as you said, all good doors like lead to Elle and her opening them.
Yeah, she opened. Yeah, it's like I'm the key, and she knows where the doors are. So you just have to have the courage to put the key in the door. It's always wonderful you have someone in your life who can show you where the doors are, and I'm very, very fortunate in that regard. You know, so. True.
All right. I have a new mantra for my love life. Thank you.
Okay, hon.
You need to find someone who helps you open the doors.
You need to find someone who helps you open the doors.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I
didn't
want that.
hold
Because I want that for you.
Thank you.
I want that.
That means so much to me.
You do this a lot, do you?
Is it true that singing at your wedding wasn't the only time you sang, though? Didn't you sing back in the day for something?
Oh, I did. Yes, I used to do singing telegrams. And I used to play, I used to wear this, like, to bring it full circle, I used to wear this, like, Grim Reaper costume and go into, like, office buildings for people's 40th birthdays, and I'd walk in this big lumbering, Grim Reaper costume, and I also played like a caveman. I did like a caveman, and I wore tails and a white tuxedo and played this guy named Mr. Wonderful. And it was this company that was around for a long time, and that was something I did in my career.
And
I did
you did
telegrams.
it for people's birthdays.
And for people's birthdays,
and
yes.
Isn't it your birthday?
Today is my birthday.